Hello, and thank you for joining us today at Finding the Healer Within. Thank you for joining us here today at Finding the Healer Within. Today we're here with Helen. We're at her spa. I recently met you at an event for Peace, a drum circle where you're doing a pop-up. And I learned a lot of things, not only about like the healing power of like facials and things like that, just from talking to you, but also like the overall work that you do. I see it as something like a holistic thing that people can do to like enhance their healing process of within themselves. So if you can share with us just a little bit of your journey as an esthetician and what inspired you to create these products that you have created and also using all natural products.
My name is Helen Ruiz, and I've been an esthetician since 2007. So quite some time. I worked at a spa here in Houston for about 8 years. Then I moved to Austin to start over. I've been here way too long. I'm from Houston, born and raised. In Austin, being an esthetician for about 8 years, I was well in my craft, and it was very hard to find a job out there. It's a very small city, very competitive city. So I finally found a job doing lashes. Started doing lashes, and even then, it was pretty hard. So I decided I'm going to do what everybody else here does. I'm going to open up my own spa, and that was in 2017, and it was Elestial Lashes. And I wanted to merge. I liked crystals a lot. I wasn't very spiritual back then, but I did like crystals. I've always been into nature, been more spiritual than religious. So I chose Elestial Lashes because Elestial is the highest vibrating crystal that you can find. It's a cut of a crystal. Depending on the points, when you vibrate with it, when you meditate with it, it just brings you closer to a higher being. And so I chose that. So what I would do is I would lay my lashes on amethyst clusters, actually, on these.
Wow.
So this is amethyst, and I would put the lashes on here, and it would energize them.
Yeah, kind of setting intention with
them. It would
them.
set the intention.
Wow.
Because the crystals, they have their own frequency, their own vibration. So that's what I would do initially. That was in Austin. And then I got pregnant, and I needed the help. I already had a daughter. Then I was pregnant with my son, and I decided to come back to Houston. And here in Houston, I had my family. And once you get that taste of freedom, it is so hard to go back to working for somebody.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, no, I'm going to continue on my own. So I moved back when my son was 2 weeks old. 2 weeks later, I went out and started looking for somewhere to work. I ended up at a salon suite in Vintage Park off 249 in Luetta, so kind of far from the city. But it was pretty cool because I realized that it was nice because people started coming to me, but I feel like because I started again all over. So now Elestial Lashes turned to Elestial Spa, but it was a CBD spa. It was actually Houston's first cannabis concept spa. And yes, cool. It was pretty cool. So it was all CBD, and I was going to focus on the healing powers of the herb, which is anti-inflammatory. It helps with inflammation, with itchiness, so with eczema, with psoriasis, with rosacea. And because it is oil-based, it is going to help also with like acne. It's just a really good herb. So that was great. I was on TV. I did a few interviews, and it was going very good. And then the pandemic hits. I went from Vintage Park to Rice Village because I was like, okay, I gotta be in the city if we're gonna start coming. I got my name out through pop-ups initially. So by the time I was in Rice Village, I stopped doing the pop-ups and just focus 100% in the spa because it's very hard to juggle the spa, the pop-ups, house, everything. But within that, I started doing my own products when I decided to be only CBD because this was back in 2018. So in 2018, CBD was barely getting legal.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it at a federal level, it was still legal. I'm not sure if it's still legal. But there was a lot of regulations out of control. It was very hard to find CBD. Back then, 1 gram of like CBD powder was $35, which is very
that's especially if you're putting it in your products. Yeah.
So and I wanted to give quality products to my clients. So I started making my own balms, my own lotions, my own lip balms, masks, and facial cleansers. And that's how I started making my own products because it was so hard to find it. There was no market for it.
Mm-hmm.
I did find one skincare line in Colorado, and I started using that skincare line. They've broken up since. They don't exist anymore. But that's what kind of got me through 2018, 2019, 2020. We get shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Rice Village, which is a bit more expensive to upkeep, and everything just kind of came to a stop. I had already stopped doing the pop-ups, so it was kind of hard to get back into that. And with everything shut down, it was kind of hard. So I closed the spa down.
So how did you mitigate that?
It was kind of hard. I was staying with my parents. That helped, and I was selling products,
mm-hmm.
and then I was running specials on facials, and that's what was keeping me by until I was like, you know what, I need to find a job. Yeah, which is really hard because I used to have my hair green, but mm-hmm. I'm like tattoos. I'm tattoo on my face. Yeah, and I was like, nobody's gonna want me like this, mm-hmm. but I'm the best. I'm internationally certified. Mm-hmm. I massage and aesthetics. So mm-hmm. I was like, you know what? Let's just close this down. And I kind of closed it down like very slowly. I didn't really tell people. Mm-hmm. I didn't make it like a big announcement. I just said, "Oh, hey, we're gonna relocate," and then I didn't say to where. Yeah, you just wait until later. Yeah, just wait. And so I just said we're gonna relocate, and then I started, and then we're fully booked, because it's not like I even had a lot of people coming. But mm-hmm. I always kept up with my social media. Yeah. So I didn't work. I worked at another spa for about a year and a half, 2 years, and then that's when people were like, they kept requesting me, and I'm like, okay, I can only push them. I keep pushing them away. I'm really gonna lose my clients. Mm-hmm. So I started working on Sundays, and then for that whole year, this was 2 years ago, 2023, 23, mm-hmm. I started working at another spa, and then opened up my own spa. So I had the 2 jobs, and I did that for about a year because then I was afraid mm-hmm. to get back on my own. The struggle to get the clients to come back, mm-hmm. the struggle to find clients. I feel like that's the hardest. Find clients. One great girl, she told me, she's like another business owner. She told me, she's like, you're only as good as the people that know you. Yes. And mm-hmm. That spread the word for you. Yeah. Yes. So really word of mouth has been like number one. But finally, February of 2023, last year, mm-hmm. 23, I think it's February 2023, I put in my 2 weeks at my spa where I was working, mm-hmm. and I came 100% on my own. Wow. And it was great actually, because now I knew what I was getting myself into. Mm-hmm. I wasn't blindly like, oh, I don't like to be told what to do, so I'm going to be on my own. Right. No, it's almost like, okay, we're going to work hard. We're going to, what was the number one thing that got you back in, that brought you clients? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So within that, aside from, my business growing, I started getting more spiritual. I started growing my spirituality, and that's how I came across Eatsley. Mm-hmm. She's my master right now. And master of, she does obsidian work, right? Yes. Like go to the obsidian mirror. That's why I added obsidian class. Yeah. I was gifted an obsidian mirror. My friend went to Tulum, and she brought me back a little obsidian mirror in there somewhere. Mm-hmm. I can show it to y'all. Because we were going to have the eclipse. When was the eclipse? Like 2 years ago? Yeah, it was in 20. Yeah, 20. Yeah, 23. I think it was April 2023. Yeah, I think you're right. Because February 2023, I came on my own. And then I got gifted this obsidian mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so my whole life has been I want to be a curandera. Like that's
Really?
my vision of me. Like
that's how like you just kind of grew up with that mentality about yourself.
My grandma would do limpias. My grandma knew like the ins and outs. Like, oh, it's the clouds are like this. It's gonna rain. Oh, today feels like this. It's this.
Mm-hmm.
Like she could tell the weather by like looking at the sun, the clouds. She will just do these cleansings on us. She was very in touch with nature.
Mm-hmm.
I like that about her.
And do you think that was something that she passed on to you just through like exercising that understanding?
Yes, just being around her, learning. Yeah. I really like that. So I've been told, you're a healer, mm-hmm. And I was like, okay,
okay, what do I do there?
Because I don't want to. No, it's almost like I just love what I do. It's my passion. Mm-hmm. I love beauty. I love the power of touch. Like touch is very, very, very powerful. Like people don't understand that. Mm-hmm. And that within itself, it's like so wonderful. And so just somebody lay on my table and trust me enough to touch their face, that right there is like I always make sure I've got to give the best service possible, give my all, mm-hmm. because you're trusting me. Like you don't just let anybody touch your face. You don't let nobody touch your face.
You say that you use the therapy with the obsidian mirror to like hone those skills or like really clarify your vision?
With the obsidian work, that's more like shadow work. That's more like personal. Mm-hmm. And then with that, it's almost like I found the answers to everything. Like it was like the puzzle came together. And I found my calling, like my path. I would say path. Mm-hmm. Because I've done Reiki. I'm a Reiki master as well. I studied that. It was great. I love it. I've tried Wicca when I was 17, mm-hmm. with nature. Yeah. I've done tarot, but it was always very spiritual. I always found out mm-hmm. spiritual path. And I had my first set of oracle cards when I was 17. So I'm very thankful for my parents for always allowing me to explore. They never mm-hmm. pushed religion down. Yeah. And that is very amazing. I tried church, I Baptist, Christian, Catholic. But I feel like being in touch with nature is the best. And this Nawa tradition, which is, the Aztec, the Nawa, the Mexica, mm-hmm. It's very like by yourself with nature, and it's the energies. And I really like that. I like how there's answers. Those are like the answers I was looking for. Really? So that's why I've chosen to it's my ancestors. I like that a lot. Actually, when I do my facials, that's like my meditation. It's like I get lost. Yeah. And I just work. And that's when like these ideas come to me, these new projects come to me. Mm-hmm. And I think, yeah, that's why I'm there. That's cool. And like, cause I know, like you said that people were identifying you as a healer uh-huh. and saying, and you were just like, oh, okay. I remember one time I got my aura read, mm-hmm. and she's like, oh, you're a healer. And I'm like, everybody tells me that. What does that mean? Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, what does that mean? Mm-hmm. That's exactly too. Because to me, I was like, I just watch people's faces for a living. Like, yeah. I don't know. But it's the touch. It's mm-hmm. how passionate and how much I care. I think that's what it is. I care so much, mm-hmm. and you're not Mother Teresa. Well, one day I may be, because I really put whatever's on my table, like they're my everything. Like I say, this next hour, your face is mine. Like, mm-hmm. don't think about anything. Like, and I just work. And I think because I'm able to like tap into that like meditative state, mm-hmm. I get to pass some of that onto them without me even realizing. And that's the energy. Mm-hmm. I've been told that, a lot, but now to me, now I know what it is to be a healer. Mm-hmm. And it is to, set the intention and to, we're gonna, for the greatest good of them, we are gonna protect and care for this person. Yeah, definitely. And that's really beautiful because that's not, in the fast-paced city, you get quick service everywhere you go. Mm-hmm. And like
that's like the big thing. Like, oh, we can do it fast, and but there's certain things that you need to slow down for, especially with things like your facials. And but how do you protect yourself from like the energies that may want to get attached to you or things like that?
I protect the room first and foremost, and then as far as myself, I wear the faja, and then my head, and then I'll spray myself, and then meditate, call my ancestors for protection and guidance, and that's about it. Wash my hands after each client with salt and running water, just to cleanse, and then and also it's very important to know when it's their energy, not yours. A lot of times I'm working and I just want to start crying.
Really?
And I'm like, "Are you okay?" Yeah, everything's fine. I'm like, I feel like crying, and then they start crying. Other times I'll be pitching them, and my
really,
and you gotta recognize that I'm not working out. What's my heart pounding? Right. So like, how's your anxiety? Oh my God, it's so bad. I was going to car accident, blah, 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 this, that. And then I'm like, let's breathe.
Yeah.
Headaches, that's another one. Like, it's not my headache. It's pretty cool because it's almost like, then they start talking. It's almost like therapy for them. Yeah. So, Eastling, my teacher, I did the obsidian class with her. And she said, if you want to learn more about yourself, you should do a chart reading of the night. And I did. And she said, your name, my calendar name is Sipakli. That right there says it all. Yeah. Sipakli is the first energy of the calendar. It is the initiation. It is the start. It is the healer within. The crocodile is crocodile energy. He's able to walk. He walks on earth and on water. So he walks in both realms, the spiritual and the materialistic, earthly and holistic. So that's what's really cool. And I like nicer things in life, but I'm also very like in touch with nature, with myself. And number one, so I am one crocodile, which means like I initiate, I start, and I have a strong connection with the universe.
So it was Ifli that kind of guided you to understanding why you were a healer because of the energy that you were born with. Yes. Is that what the tonal is?
Yes.
Because it kind of sets it's kind of like the astrology of the Mexicas, yes. Right? Yeah.
Yes. They work with the universe. So that was pretty cool. So since then, since meeting her at that point, I've grown more spiritually. I've not grown more, but I've had a path of direction, a sense of direction. I was all over the place. Chaos. Yes. What's before initiation? Chaos. So I actually find chaos.
Yeah, because you're organizing and centering it to focus on a certain thing. Yeah.
So out of chaos comes, that's the beginning. So that's when I thrive. When things are crazy, that's when I'm like, I'm gonna do this instead. And then we take that. So I met her right before I went on my own. And so with that, I veered more. Well, they say it's a hobby. It's not really a hobby, into the danza.
Oh yeah, no, that's not a hobby. That's a commitment. Yeah. And what do you get spiritually from that? Is it like re-energizing for you?
Oh my goodness. What do I get spiritually from that? It's a big sacrifice to do the danza. For me personally, I don't like to be seen. I don't even like to dance. I've never danced in my life. I'm like quinceañera because my chambelán was my cousin who taught me how to do that little dance that we had to do. But I don't dance at all. I don't like to be seen. So for me, it's a sacrifice to prove to myself, like, look, we did it. And the dance itself, it's our offering back to the gods. It's our thank you for allowing us to be here, for giving us another day. Thank you. It's gratitude. Yeah. And this is from me from gratitude. And the dances they're pretty intense. So I just like to push myself, to prove to myself and to higher beings that we can accomplish anything.
Yeah, no, and definitely because it's a very physical thing. I've seen some of the danzantes when they get together and it looks like they're in a trance, like they're in another dimension, another world, you know?
Kind of lose myself. I'm still too focused on stuff. But once I get into the flow of things, we just push, because I've done ceremonies. I've done several ceremonies where we just dance for like 4 or 5 hours straight.
Yeah.
And it's like, how? You eat because they'll give you, fruit. But as far as like, let's take a break, let me go to the restroom, let me check my phone, let me sit down. None of that. Like, you don't even think about that. And I've done ceremonies where you're up all night and you dance during the day.
Yes.
And to have that energy to be up for 26, 28 hours and then still dance, like that is not me. Like that is something, like
your connection to source or the divine.
Yes, that's my connection, because it's right. I mean, that right there is like, wow, yeah, it's very powerful.
Yeah. And do you, is that something that you pass on to your kids, or that you're starting to like, because I know you just kind of just started with it.
Yes. I try, which is another thing I love about us. It's very family oriented. I am so used to doing everything by myself without my kids. And this is one thing that I can actually do with my kids. When I first, my son, he's 7 years old. He loves to break dance. So
he's such a sweetheart. Yeah.
At first, I took him out of break dance when he was little. Gonna get him back in, but he knows the permiso. He got that down the second time. Like the second practice, he got it. But once we went to the ceremony and he had to dress up and dance in front of everybody, he's like, "No, I'm not." But I still take him to practice because I want him around that. My daughter, on the other hand, she's very reserved. She's more quiet. She's not very shy, but she's more like calm, I guess. And she decided she wants to play it's not called drum. I mean, it's called the drum.
Yeah. But it's like the main drum, no? Yes. It's like made of wood and
It's something. It's grandfather's something. So I don't want to like butcher that. But, so that's essentially what she. And I told her that you have to cover your head, you have to cover your stomach. It's the bajas, it's the protection. And she's okay. So every Friday night we go to dance practice, and I bring the kids. I'm like, if you're bored, I'm tired, we're gonna be there, because at the end of the day, the kids are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, this has been in me since I was very young." And even if they don't want to dance right now, who knows? Maybe in 5 years they will. Maybe in 7 years they will. Maybe they never will want to dance, but at least they'll have that connection with the music, and the music itself. That is everything.
Yeah, that's priceless, because it's it moves you, it changes your energy, it kind of. Do you see yourself like using all these different products and stuff like that, and changing them in a different way, or creating your own products like the Eminence?
Maybe in the future, because I'm still sticking to my CBD, and I want to stay true to that. Maybe in the future, when I work with a manufacturer, I would love to have professional products like cleansers and serums, because those are what almost everybody uses, and the more professional, the more potent, the better. So that would be something I would want to work with.
That's cool. And it's to do, because I've never really gotten facials myself, but I definitely do, especially because it was interesting that the Eminence, one of the little samples that you gave me it had crystals in it.
Yes.
So that's like a part of it.
Yes, and that one had a carnelian. It was a facial oil.
Yes.
It was a facial oil cleanser. And because now what's cool is that now these big companies are seeing that the rocks, these minerals, they have nutrients, and they have their own specialty to them. So it's really nice to see that, to merge that, how the scientific and the natural is like coming together. So I do have some products. I make my own. So whenever I do the crystal facial, I do I have a jelly mask that I add amethyst to, and then I charge it. And so so that one, that's what I make myself. I make it like as right before I'm gonna put it on. But I also have the other skincare, like take-home products with charcoal, malachite.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And then I add it to the facial itself.
So when you do make these you make these products yourself, like you're saying, the masks that you make yourself with the amethyst crystals and things like that. You make these for your clients and to put on their face and things like that. That's the topical part. But do you use breath work to like help ease their, like you were saying, like some people might have anxiety or like things that they're attaching to in the session? So how do you do breath work to like help them through that, or
in the session? We start with the breathing, or just breathing in and out, and then I set my intention. Depending on like the type of client, they want to do like an oracle reading. Others just want a candle lit for them. But I always, say like, okay, what's your intention? What do you want to achieve? That could either be, for your face, spiritually, whatever. And then they close their eyes, and then I breathe, and then that's when I, call upon my ancestors, and then I pray. And then I think within that, because I do work a little bit slower, that eases them. Yes. And it's all one big connection.
Yeah, and I remember you saying that your sessions are a little bit longer than the usual facial. The
average facial is 50 to 60 minutes. My shortest one is 60 minutes, 75 minutes, to be honest. And I do go up to 2 hours, 2.5 hours with my facials. I have different ones because I have some that want Reiki and facial. So I'll do a little bit of Reiki before. Well, it'd be at the end. I'll do a little bit of Reiki at the end. And then with the facial. But I take a lot of time doing massage. And I feel that sets me apart from other estheticians because I really work on your hands, your chest, your face, and your scalp. So it's hands on for at least 75, 90 minutes. And that's out of this world. It's very relaxing, and that eases you.
So can you tell us a little bit about those products and like how you make them and kind of how you created them?
I have a few. My main ones are the facial masks, the sheet masks that I will either activate with Reiki healing power. And with those, they are charged with the moon or with the sun, depending on, the intention. And then I will intentionalize them. And I will sell those. And then I also have my lip balms. Those have CBD. And with those, everything is organic, and I make from the calendula. I will grab the flowers, bless the flowers, and then I'll strain them to get the oil. So everything is natural and handmade by me. Everything. Bath salts. I make bath salts. Those are very relaxing and intentionalize. I also intentionalize those. And I add crystals to a few of them, depending on which ones. Because I have some for love, self-love. I have them for like muscle aches and pains. And my top seller out of all my products is my pain balm, and that's the one I've been using the longest. And that one, it's more. I think that one, what I do different is that again, the oils I bless the herb itself, and then I work with from plant to oil, and then I make the balms. And that is arnica, calendula, and those are the two main ones. And then, of course, the CBD.
Wow, so that's a lot because I know Arnica is meant for like deep tissue damage and things like that.
It's good for bruising. It strengthens the capillaries and relaxes the muscles.
Wow, so is that, and then on top of that, the CBD relaxation within you, which kind of gives, I guess it gives different pain.
They work at different levels. The skin, some will penetrate deeper than others.
Wow. And so like with all this work that you do, with constantly being in contact with people, obviously the energies flow through you and through them. And that's why you wear the faja and these other protective things to protect your energy. But when you, like you said, when you're done, you wash your hands with salt and water and things like that. But what do you do to go home and like decompress from not only being an esthetician and making your own products, using your Reiki, and like using all your understanding and learning in life to do this? like, how do you come back to yourself at the end of the day?
I sleep a lot.
Yeah.
I sleep a lot, but I think aside from sleep, my alone time, I feel like that is very, very powerful. I love my alone time. So I like to like long showers. I take long showers, and that's when I'm like, again, like imagining, like, we're releasing. And then I like to read and study. I go back and study, read, and then just sleep. But always be mindful of what I'm doing. Like, okay, now we're gonna slow down. Like, we're done with all this. Now let's go chill.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I don't really watch TV. I mean, I'll be like on social media, but as long as I just don't think, I actually like, meditate more like in the morning, and then at night it's more just just my alone time. Once the kids go to sleep, then I'm like, okay, my long showers, and then I try to sleep a lot. I like to like walk about 6-7 miles and just not think. Not think. Yeah, that's all.
And kind of absorb the sun as you're walking and things like
and
that.
I'm like listen to music, I turn my phone off, and I just walk. Just walk.
That's really beautiful. And how can people connect with you and learn about your spa and maybe, book an appointment with you and things
I have
like
my
that?
website, elestialspa.com. It's either Elestial Spa or Elestial Lounge. Elestialspa.com. Also Instagram, Elestial_spa. And those are the main ones. I think Facebook too, Elestial Spa.
Cool. And so are you open like
every day?
Every day?
Every day. The spa is open every day. I'm not here every day. But so it switches, but the spa is open every day, and then it changes with my kid's schedule or personal days. I do try to take a personal day at least once a week. I have a personal day. But depending on how the week looks, that's how I'll take it. But the spa itself is open every day.
Awesome. Yes. Cool. So there's always somebody here to like take care of your clients and things like that.
Now we're bringing in more services. We're bringing in like food therapy and more body wraps.
Oh, nice. In the same space that you're here. Wow. And those things will be available soon, like within a month or something?
This month.
Oh, this month.
Yes, we're going to make an announcement. So, thanks, guys.
Yeah, so keep up with that Instagram and like Facebook and like keep connected because it's.
You can subscribe, go on our website, go to the very bottom of the homepage and subscribe.
So I really appreciate just all the work that you do, just the energy that you're bringing into the world and embodying is something that I think is necessary for people to see so that they can make the change in their life to find the healer within themselves. Can you just tell us a little bit about where you're located?
I'm located off 610. No, not 610. Sorry. I'm located off I-10 in Shepherd, close to 610, close right off the freeway, 10 minutes from downtown. I am inside Nico Dermatology. So I'm on the second floor of a big gray building.
Yeah, so if you guys need any dermatological help, it's all in the same building.
It's all here, yeah. So the downstairs it's the dermatologist, and then upstairs it's the spa.
Awesome. Well, so you guys, whenever you can, just come and visit Helen.
Yes.
All right.